Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play some Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Last episode, we got DC'd. I mean, we came in fourth. That was what was going to happen anyway. Like, we got disconnected on the round where we were losing, and that was fine. It was really weird, though, because I'd never seen that happen before. So yeah, it didn't change anything. Okay, you know what? We're taking another crack at Guff. I'm annoyed that I don't get Guff when there's Murlocs, because a Murloc is an ideal sort of one-drop to keep around for natural balance. We're going to give him a go. Now, the last time I played him, I think I really pushed too hard to try to maximize the use of his ability at the cost of having a proper board. And we died really early on a guy who has a lot of potential. So, in terms of one-drop, well, actually, the Acolyte of Cthulhu would be fine. Like, the Reborn starts to matter less later in the game, because he just comes back as a 2-1, regardless. But we can have a big, chunky Taunt, and that's okay as a one-drop. Wrathweaver probably doesn't make sense, unless we go pure demons with him, which would be interesting. I mean, we do get him immediately. I could also pick up the Vulgar Homunculus, and just go with a Taunt comp. And maybe that's what I'll do. That seems reasonable-ish. Hopefully there's good taunt at every level. But this time, I'm no longer going to, like, restrict what I buy to make sure natural balance lands are the right things. We're going to make sure we have a proper board, regardless. Now, if on turn 2 we see a second Vulgar Homunculus, I will probably buy it and then Hero Power. Because that will give me a pretty beefy board early on. I'll be a little behind on the Tavern tier upgrades, but that is going to be a really strong early board. On the other hand, I do want to be able to get a 2-star right away as soon as possible to use this, but I won't be able to use the Hero Power as much. I think the ideal really would be seeing a second one. If I don't find a second one of those, I don't think I'd buy a random one-drop. Although I guess I could level them up and then buy a random one-drop here. I guess Dragons is a possibility. We could go, potentially with this, just grab one dragon of every tier to buff with natural balance. In which case, maybe I'll grab this. The thing is, level 2, then we end up with 5 is a very awkward amount. What I could do is I could sell whatever doesn't get the buff here. Well, no, because it's only going to cost 3 next turn. No, you know what? I'm not going to dramatically change my play for Guff. That's what we did last time. I'm going to play a little bit more standard here.
You're doing great out there.
I'm getting too hung up on trying to use this, and I should just, you know, think about, like, normal leveling up, normal play. I think it would have been quite cool, and I will kick myself if there's, like, a bunch more dragons here. Although, if I bought a dragon, it would have changed the RNG, so who knows what would have ended up. But yeah. The thing is, we would have been able to, like, I would have bought and then leveled, because I wouldn't know which one it would land on. And here the natural thing is to sell and buy too. You know what? This is actually a really awkward turn, regardless. Although we get this guy. He's a taunter. And just buy this guy. Natural balance. We are just going to be up against a ghost here, so it's not really a big deal. I guess I'll do that. It'd be great if George was in here, because it's like we just keep an unstable ghoul around to troll his divine shield. Although if this thing's going to get buffed like crazy, then it doesn't matter as much. But yeah, maybe we go with some sort of miscellaneous. Unfortunately, this guy's untyped, which I don't like, because it would be nice to get taunt comp and menagerie comp, which this guy doesn't really fit into.
I think you can win this.
There are no Murlocs. That's true. There's no Murlocs. I was just lamenting that, because it would be nice to grab a Murloc. On the other hand, with no Murlocs, infinite scaling is really strong. Just huge buckets of stats. We don't have to worry about divine shields to protect us from the poison or anything like that. We can just go for just giant numbers.
Really pulled their weight.
So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to Hero Power and just level up. And I will use the banana, and I'll use it on the Homunculus, because he's got a type, and that makes him better than an untyped, unstable ghoul. I could have considered buying something else for a tier 2, but none of these are particularly sexy as a tier 2. It would be quite nice to hit Yoho Ogre. And in fact, if I see Yoho Ogre, I suggest we sell the unstable ghoul. Yes, we lose out on a couple of Guff buffs. That's sad. But the Yoho Ogre, first of all, comes in with just more raw numbers. And he's typed, which is good. And his ability's nifty. Sometimes you don't actually want it to happen, especially in the taunt comp, because that means he's probably going to taunt one fewer attacks. And we really want our taunt guys to be attacked in the taunt comp, but And I guess with the taunt comp, too, for the dudes, right? Like the champion and the the Arm of the Empire, neither one of them have types. So if we really end up with all those, we don't actually go to Menagerie because we don't have enough types. But we don't know what we're actually going to end up with yet. So. No, that's going to be annoying. Because it's going to be a drop.
Welcome back. How's it going out there?
That's not really the ideal 3-star. Interestingly, I could just level here. But I'm tempted to say I'm going to re-roll. Yeah, I think I'm falling into the Guff trap here. Oh, there's an Arm of the Empire. That actually is excellent. We'll do that. Throw you in. Natural balance. I think I'm just going to banana this guy. I mean, I could banana you so you stay alive longer, but likely you're going to stay alive as virtue of all the taunts. You're so beefy, I'm actually wondering if I should get you to attack first, just to get these guys to survive longer. Assuming the Arm of the Empire survives with her attack, then that would be the best, because it would leave more hit points on our taunt, which means we get more taunt things. But if she dies, that would be awful. Oh, there's my Yoho Ogre. Is it still worth making the change? Maybe not anymore. That's a lot of stats.
Let's see if you
and I was like, well, he's got a type, and that's got value, but I think we're not gonna go Menagerie. I think we will go Taunt Comp over here. So the type is not as beneficial. And really, we're just looking for a big-ass champion. So yeah, our tier 4, like the champion of Sharn's probably what we're looking for. If there are beasts in, then what would be very appealing would be the Hydra, but beasts are not in. And the Herald Flame could be interesting because you would end up with a lot of overkill a lot of the time. Wildfire Elemental benefits from giant amounts of stats as well. Bonker attacks twice, so there's some value there. Bolvar's actually a good choice because he comes in with a Divine Shield, which is kind of nice. But, I mean, the champion is going to be the ideal. You have Taunt. I propose, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my hero power, then buy both of these. I mean, this is not helping. Maybe I level. Leaves me with 2. Just level power? Actually, maybe we just level power. I like that. We can reroll it once and see if we want to freeze. I mean, I have to go Yasharn. I am tempted. I could just freeze now and just start putting some stats on him. No, Yasharn's going to be too good. I could have 2 4-stars. There's, you know, it will keep splitting the stats back and forth. Okay. Is it better? I mean, Yasharn will get huger numbers, but this guy will end up with a lot of numbers and have a Divine Shield. No, I think he's here now. But I mean, I can't use him this round anyway. If the next shop rerolls, like next turn, I'm really looking to buy level 4. If we see him, I'll pick him up. Because he actually will get really good. That's freaking annoying. I can't believe you sniped my 2 Arms of the Empire. That's incredibly annoying. Or you didn't snipe the 2, you double sniped that 1.
Rough battle.
So no, I mean, but no, I can't ring Matron here.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
I wonder if it's worth doing this. And well, actually, maybe because we can throw Taunt on the Taunt boosters later once they scale up enough. Let me hold on to one of these, and it gives us a little bit more flexibility for some of our other picks because we can throw Taunt on something that might not normally have it. This guy will benefit.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
Yeah, see, I think I was greedy and I should have gone for the Bolvar. Not these guys. Oh, maybe. I mean, it's a little late now. I think I should have frozen the Bolvar. Well, in hindsight now, yeah, I should have frozen the Bolvar. Whether or not that was correct, I don't know. Should I just put the stats on you to keep you alive a little bit longer? No. And I'll just hold on to that. I mean, I could give her Taunt right now, but it's a little early for that.
Let's see if you can stay on.
Later on, we might just do that, especially when you get the Defender, or the Champion. Okay, well, my stats are bigger than your stats. We're not going to gain a lot of stats, unfortunately, but there you go. It's possible that the explosion from the Unstable Ghoul is going to bite us in the ass with some other procs later, but, I mean, we're here.
Really pulled their weight.
I don't think I want to level right now. I feel I really do want to find a 4-drop.
Hire a recruit while you can.
There we go. That's huge. Okay. I think Bonker's pretty good, especially getting more stats, because he's more likely to be able to do a double attack, which is very nice. Do I want to play the Defender of Argus and give these guys taunt? I really... We need the Champion of Sharn to live long enough to get a critical mass of stats. So not yet. Maybe next turn. Two-drop taunt might have been... Well, his ability doesn't matter as much in the long term. It is nice early. I would have grabbed him and then just played him instead of the Unstable Ghoul if we saw that first. Okay, let me hit this before I accidentally re-roll past our finances here. We'll be keeping the Arm of Empire, so we may as well freeze and pair you up. Because next turn they'll cost 6, it'll be perfect. I can level, buy you, and use my hero power. And at that point, assuming the Champion of Sharn gets, you know, a few stats in this fight, and it will, you'll take our first dude that you kill. These are going to be really low-value dudes for you, though, so that's fine. I mean, assuming you use your hero power.
Watch out!
I mean, you're unlikely to kill the Champion or the Arm of the Empire first. And the Arm of the Empire is less important than the Champion anyway. Would this be flipped over if the power had been active? I think there's a visual difference. And yeah, I think I can give this one taunt now. I think it's going to be strong enough. Both of these are going to be strong enough that they're likely to survive. You know, they're not as likely to get one shot, and it's going to keep getting more powerful, especially my ability. So we might end up in a situation where it dies a little earlier than we want, but probably we're fine. So we'll do this. Actually, I guess I'm only going to want to leave you in play. So I'll use my power first. No, I guess we'll stack it on that one. That's going to be fine. We'll do that.
For Argus. Let the corruption spread.
And we'll do this. Now, if there is a cleave, well, dragons, no. I guess we don't have to worry about the beast cleave. We only have to be worried about, what, the mech cleave, and then some of the elemental stuff, and maybe the overkill. So, we really don't have to worry about things. I guess if you do attack, I want you attacking as late as possible. I guess even something maybe like this. Yeah, okay. But I don't want these little guys to attack first. I mean, it sort of sucks that, like, we'll waste some of the hit points of the Vulgar Homunculus on an attack, but these attacks are so puny. I don't know, maybe. Maybe I do this. Something like this. Pop a Divine Shield? I mean, he does have dragons. He might have... I mean, he might have the Taunt Dragon, but maybe we hit the Bronze Warden. Probably less likely. Actually, maybe the Ghoul goes... Ah, it's too late. As I say, the Ghoul should go first to pop the Divine Shields. This is actually going to be quite good against a high-level dragon build, too, if they get Medina. Okay, the Bronze Dragon's going to go first, so... Bronze Warden, rather. That does kill that, so it's going to be a few less pluses to attack. Although at this point, our pluses to attack are going to be the least of our concerns. We'd like more survivability on our taunts, which is going to happen from my hero power and that. I mean, we're very likely to lose there. This is going to be a butt-ton of damage, though, with Captain Flat Tusk. That's unfortunate. We didn't get the best of the attack orders there, and that was fairly painful.
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
So, as a tier 5, your power... I mean, Wind Fury is going to be good, but the rest, less so. I don't know what we're looking for a tier 5, to be honest. Baron? Brand? Maybe Deadly Spore? Light Fang, not so much. I mean, we can just keep casting you. There's not a lot of tier 5s we're truly looking for. You have Wind Fury, maybe we just grab you on that basis. You'd have a lot of hit points, we could give you Taunt. I don't know. I think, I mean, and, you know, if I keep rolling, then we might miss out on tier 5. And this one's not bad.
Go big or go home, I always say. Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
Faceless Tavern Goer. We actually, oh no, we should buy it. I'm gonna freeze for it, because I can sell the Defender of Argus to make room. Faceless Tavern Goer is going to be really good because at this point, if we find another one of anything we've got, which I may have skipped on some, I may have missed out on an ability to get some pairs, then we can triple up. All right, looks we're likely to win this one. At least you attack something we can kill. That's nice. We do keep losing the Arm of the Empire pretty quickly there. But yeah, you've reached a critical mass where you are surviving a lot of these attacks. And hopefully getting some extra stat. So the ideal thing we would like to see is we'd like to see in the shop another champion of Yasharn here, so that we can double it with the Faceless. Wait. Oh, I froze it! That's right. Like, why don't I have it? I didn't buy it. It's frozen in the shop. So that would be the ideal.
Your minions
So yeah,
really
buy the
pulled their
Faceless.
weight.
Everything else is fine. We could sell you and level up. You know what? Yeah, because we need to start. We do need to hit for a 3. Oh, then we don't have enough to use our power. Never mind.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
Hold on. That's the better 5. Wind Fury and Divine Shield. Yes. And actually, do I want to Faceless him? No.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
At least we got him pretty quick. Yeah, I'd missed the Bristleback Knight being in this list. That is definitely what we want. I can re-roll. No, because I could sell him and then Faceless something to copy it. But no. It'll be really nice if he gets to the point where his Frenzy can trigger and he can trigger more Divine Shields. But it doesn't on that one, because he has to take damage and survive, so it didn't prompt. But the bigger he gets, the more likely that is to happen. Well, wow. That sucked. I mean, yeah, we were going to lose that a third of the time, but it still felt really bad.
Welcome back. How's it going out there?
By level... Yeah, because it'll give me 2 rerolls for the Faceless Tavern Goer to hit something and still use my power. I mean, I could sell you and re-roll one more time and maybe hit something with this. I guess, actually, the risk with having him in, I'm just realizing, I got lucky that the power hasn't hit this guy yet. I think the answer is a no to the Faceless copying anything here. Unless I just want another body in, which, I mean, I don't want to die, but... Okay. Now, actually, what would suck is if our Unstable Ghoul died and popped the Bristleback Knight's shield, which I guess at some point is going to happen, which is why I actually would have preferred a different 2-star, but at this point I'm not going to replace him. We'd really like to pair this one up. I mean, at some point we'll end up with, like, an extra... Because, you know, there's 6 different tavern ranks and we've got room for 7. So at some point we'll have a double of a star. Although ideally it'll just always be like 2 copies of something that we're always already working towards. Now would be really nice for the Unstable Ghoul to pop. I should have realized this is the dragon. I should have moved the Unstable Ghoul up further in the order. Wow, I didn't even die there, which is annoying. It's gonna die now, but it's gonna kill this. I think I'm getting lethal here. Ugh! Only a 40% chance, but it did happen. Went from second to dead. Okay, well, we still end up 3rd overall, so that's not too bad. That could have gone better, though. But At least I'm learning a little bit with Guff. Like, Guff is super strong, but I still haven't wrapped my brain around him. I think I'm getting closer. I think I'm getting closer to wrapping my brain around how Guff is supposed to be played. The biggest minion hasn't changed in forever. Yeah, a little unfortunate with this one. Really would have liked to hit the spot of the pirate sooner. And we did spend a ton of gold on rerolls, not hitting anything. Which, I mean, sort of makes sense because we were really limited to just one of every level. And I probably missed some pair options. And the thing is, maybe I wouldn't have died there if I had just decided, well, I'll just put in the Faceless Tavern Goer to copy something on the last turn. It's not something we're going to keep around, so it's going to be a kind of a quote-unquote waste of the Tavern Goer, the Faceless Tavern Goer in the long run, but it might have enabled me to stay alive in that last fight. Maybe not. Maybe I'd done it, and then I would survive like easily, and then I'd be like, well, that's stupid, I shouldn't have done it, and without realizing the mathematical difference that happened there. Repositioning him sooner probably would have been best. What I should have done, I think, is Knight into him. Especially if I peeked and realized I was going to go up against the dragon guy, I should have gone Knight into Unstable Ghoul, so that, you know, he'd get some value out of his shield. We need to let the Nadina attack first and trigger all the Divine Shields. Like, we can't have this thing going immediately. But it was also a little bit bad luck that this guy never got attacked. So there was some RNG unfortunality over there. Thanks a lot, folks. See you next time. Bye-bye.